Hi, I'm Ryan, and today I'm going to show you how to create a course in UniversityPASS in 5 minutes or less. So on this screen, I already have some of my existing courses, but today I want to create a new course. So the first thing we're going to do is click the Add Course button in the top right corner. Now, the easiest way to create a course is to use one of our pre-built templates. So as you can see here, these are all of the different templates for various accounting courses that we have. For today's demonstration, I'll click Intermediate Accounting 1. It automatically populates the type of course and the outline, so you don't have to make any changes there. This is the name of your course. This is something you can edit completely to suit your needs. And then this number is perhaps you're creating or teaching multiple sections of a course, and so this is going to be section 9 of my course. This is where you can control the start and end date of your class, so it's very easy to do. And then just tell what semester this course will be taking place in. You can also add meeting time. So this particular course, let's say it meets Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 12 to 1. So now I will click Add. And this generally takes about 5 to 10 seconds because what the system is doing is pulling in all of the pre-built quizzes, homework assignments, and exams into the course that we just created. So now you can see here, this is my new course that we just built. And as you can see, this was probably maybe 1 to 2 minutes at most that it took to create this. So our course is technically completed, but I went ahead and clicked on it. And in this next section, what I'm going to do is show you some of the ways that you can modify your course. So the first thing you can do is control the percentage that each section counts. So what we have are 3 sections: exams, quizzes, and study, which may also be referred to as homework. So here we have that exams are worth 40% of your total grade. But if I want to edit that group, maybe I'll choose to make that 35%. I'll click Save, and now that's changed. One note is that you want to make sure it still adds up to 100%. So if you change it in one area, go ahead and change it in the second area as well. So I've made quizzes worth 35% as well. So now what we'll do is go into one of the assignments and go ahead and make some updates to it. So I'm going to click on Cash and Receivables. Now this is a quiz, and the first thing I want to do is do a quick preview to see what the quiz looks like. So I'll click my preview button here. This shows a sample question. I'll go ahead and select an answer, click Submit, and it instantly tells me that that answer is incorrect. I selected this answer that's highlighted in red, and the correct answer is here in green. On the right side of the screen, we have an option where students can learn more about the correct answer and how we arrived at that correct answer. And that is a really helpful tool because sometimes a student may look at a question, get it incorrect, and not understand why they got it wrong, but they don't go to your class again for another couple of days, and so they are stuck and can't figure out how to get past that point. Well, this allows them to learn about it even before going back to your class. In addition to reading this blurb, we also have some video links, and these videos also cover these same topics to help students understand what information they needed to know in order to get the question correct. We also have relevant terms and a glossary of information that they can learn about, and reference materials. So if they click the reference link, you can see an example. And again, these are all tied back to what students need to know to get this type of question correct. So now I will exit the exam. And I actually want to edit this cash and receivables assignment. So I'm going to click Edit here in the top right corner. So the assignment name is Cash and Receivables, but maybe I want to update the name. Maybe I want to call it Quiz 1. So I can do that there. You can change the name. You can even change what category this is listed in. So all of the assignments are interchangeable. I can make this an exam or a study assignment if I'd like to, just by changing it in this field. I can also control the due date. Here I have that the assignment is due on February 8th. And the assignment becomes available for students to begin taking on February 1st. And so you can see that here as well. You also have the option to type instructions to your students. And you can see that there. And you can also update the amount of points that you allocate towards a given quiz or assignment. So let's make this one worth 30 points. Now, the fun part is getting into the assignment details. If you are working on creating a homework assignment, you may be okay allowing multiple attempts for your students. And so you can set this number at however many times you want students to be able to take the quiz or the homework assignment in order for them to really be able to learn the information and not just focus on getting the answer correct the first time. You can also add a time limit. So if you're using this as a quiz or exam feature, maybe you want the quiz to be 1 hour, you can set that in that manner. You can also randomize the questions to make it more difficult for students to be able to know exactly what questions are coming next as a deterrent for cheating and that sort of thing. You can also customize the scoring. So as you know, on the CPA exam, multiple choice questions count 50% in most sections, and the simulations count 50%. But you may be creating a quiz where you really want the students to focus on the simulations, and you can adjust that here by simply changing the percentage. And as you see here, it automatically changes the multiple choice question percentage to 40. The next thing we have is an option for when you show answers. And basically, as I showed you in the preview of the quiz, they have an option to see the answers as soon as a student submits the question. This is really helpful on homework assignments, but perhaps if you're doing a quiz or an exam, you may not want to show the answers until after the due date, just to make sure that no students can take the exam and share the answers with their peers. If it's a final exam, maybe you never want to show the answers, and so you may select that option. But all of these are available to you depending on what works best for your class. Now we'll get into the actual questions of the quiz. This is a list showing that we have 12 questions in this particular quiz. If we wanted to change that, maybe I only want 10 questions. It's very easy to delete questions just by clicking this button here. But then I may think, you know what? I actually think I do want a few more questions. So let's go ahead and click this plus button to add questions. And in our system, it's broken down much like the exam. You can see all of these different areas of content that you may want to test students on. So you can drill down and get very specific. So for now, you can see 100 questions at a time. But if you want to get really specific, let's say I only want to look for questions about the standard setting process. Here you can see we have 24 questions all about the standard setting process. If I want to see a preview of a question, I just click this link. And quickly I can see the question, and these 4 bullets represent the answer choices that the students would have to view. If I like this question, I'll click the green checkbox. Let's say I like both of these, and I'll go ahead and add them to my exam by clicking Add Questions. And now we have 12 questions instead of 10, and that's really all there is to it. So that basically shows the ins and outs of creating and modifying assignments within your course. Just to wrap up, I want to now move into some of the navigation features of the platform. So the first thing we'll do is look at the gradebook. Now this does not have any students in here because I haven't uploaded a roster. But if there were students here, you would see that all of the exam, homework, and quiz assignments have been graded for you, and the student's final grade would also be here. So you can see each individual assignment grade as well as their final grade. And so all of that information would be here. There will also be a button allowing you to export the results. And so you can export all of the grades and then re-upload them in Blackbook or something like that if your school uses that. As it relates to uploading your student list, you can import a CSV file here. You just click the template and you can see you put your first name, last name, and email address of each student. So that's an option for you. Or if a student joins your class after the drop add period, you can also add them individually by typing their first, last, and email here. One other option, if you're not able to do this, feel free to send your roster to our office and we will be glad to upload that for you. You can also use this feature to create announcements, and that's a really handy feature that students will see when they log in. So I'll just do a sample here, and I'll hit save, and you can see our announcement has been quickly and easily created in this menu. We can also add resources. So if you have something in your presentation during class that you want to show students, you can show a PowerPoint file, you can upload a spreadsheet, show an infographic, anything you want, you can upload that information here, and that's available for your students. The last thing that I'll show you is the resources tab at the top of the screen. So this goes through and shows you all of the different study materials that your students have to look at. And so it drills down by category and then shows them that you have reference materials as well as videos that they can watch. And so that's something that can be very helpful to your students as they're studying and preparing to make good grades and learn the information in the program. So I hope you enjoyed learning about the process for creating a course in UniversityPASS. That's really all there is to it. But if you have any additional questions, I encourage you to reach out to us and we'll certainly be glad to help.